Now let's talk about the Prime Minister. For decades, where Russia has remained one of India's strongest and the most faithful allies, and keeping up with the annual tradition for a summit to maintain and review the ties between the two nations, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is headed to Moscow today as part of his two-day visit to Russia. The Prime Minister will be hosted by the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, for dinner, where a slew of issues that are likely to be discussed, including when it comes to trade.
It is a way of taking stock of, any relationship. What you do is you look at the state of the world. There are things you want to do more. There are things you want to do differently. One of the big changes has actually been that our economic relationship with Russia has grown tremendously. How do we, there are a lot of pluses. There are issues which come out of it, like the trade imbalance which has come out of it. So I would say, at a leadership level, it will be a great opportunity for Prime Minister Modi and President Putin to sit down and directly talk to each other. And then obviously, as per their directions, we will see how to take the relationship forward.
And that's not all. When it comes to the two nations that have also strengthened their ties and cooperation in various other fields of mutual interest, let's take a look as far as when it comes to deepening India-Russia ties in the energy sector. The Kudankulam nuclear power plant, when it comes to the flagship project that is between India and Russia. We'll also talk about science and technology, the roadmap for science, tech and innovation that was signed during the 21st annual summit that happened in December 2021. The mission Gaganyaan, that is the country is working on India's first human space flight program, and of course the COVID vaccine as India emerged as a major production center when it comes to Sputnik 5, the vaccines also that had rolled out during the peak COVID season. Now we also talk about when it comes to culture, the International Day of Yoga that was celebrated in at least 60 plus regions there in Russia. So are we looking at more deepening and when it comes to betterment and improvement of ties, that Prime Minister Modi will be leading this visit in Moscow?
Well, the visit is very significant. It is taking place after a gap of 3 years. We have the tradition of annual exchange of summits, level meetings between the President of Russian Federation and the Prime Minister of India. And the last one was in 2021. So since then, a lot has changed around the world, but also our relations have expanded. Russia is now one of very important sources of crude energy resources in India. Also, trade have expanded in other areas.
Russia, meanwhile, is also witnessing a festive atmosphere ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, where a cultural extravaganza that is now lined up for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as Russian Kathak and Kuchipudi dancers are preparing to put on a show to welcome the Prime Minister in Moscow.
I'm learning Kathak dance for maybe 7 years, and I'm happy that finally I can present this beautiful, my favorite art form in front of Narendra Modi, and I'm happy that this event is happening, that Narendra Modi is visiting Moscow, and it means that the relationship between two my beloved countries are really strong.
I like Indian culture from child age. I like Bollywood, and I always wanted to study Indian dances, and I found the classes in GNCC, and I came to dance there.
Hello, my name is Sofia, and I'm from Russia, from Smolensk, it's near Moscow, and we would perform at 8th or 9th of July, and we would prefer a Kathak dance, and we are with my group, not mine, but we would perform our Kathak dance we are studying in GNCC Cultural Center, and our teacher, our Guruji, make this dance.
I'm really interested about culture, so that's why more than 7 years ago I came to Kuchipudi. It's a traditional dance from south of India, and it's really interesting, and every time we go deeper into the culture. So today we are going to perform in front of Prime Minister, and it's a big honor for us, and we are going to perform our dance which called Paripahi. So we are going to perform, and we are really exciting about it, and we're waiting for applause and support from our audience.